University Challenge. Asking the questions, Amol Rajan.
Hello and welcome to University Challenge. The second round of the competition continues tonight with a match between a Cambridge college seeking only its second quarter-final appearance and an ancient University of Scotland hoping for its 15th. This round offers no lifelines to losing teams, so only a win will see them through. Darwin College, Cambridge qualified for this second round by beating Birkbeck University in the heats by 205 points to 110. Although Darwin led from the start, they didn't really look comfortable until the last 5 minutes, where Mr Whittaker shut Birkbeck out completely with a series of quick buzzes. Harrison's final total of 11 correct starters was the highest of any individual player in the first round, and the team as a whole answered particularly well on art, contemporary theatre and literature. Let's meet them for the second time.
Hi, I'm Rebecca McClelland. I'm from Essex and I'm doing a PhD in optical microscopy.
Hi, I'm Sophie Willis. I'm from Derby and I'm studying for a PhD in pathology.
And their captain?
Hi, I'm Harrison Whittaker. I'm from Terre Haute, Indiana in the United States, and I'm studying for a PhD in film.
Hi, I'm Rowan Stewart. I'm from Edinburgh and I'm studying for a Master's in Linguistics.
Their opponents tonight are this year's team from Edinburgh, who survived a bit of a scare in their first round match against the University of Leeds. Edinburgh dominated the first half of that game, but Leeds came back strongly and were just 15 points behind when Edinburgh sprang back into action, taking the last three starters and the game. So far, they've shown us they know a lot about film, literature and the Eurovision Song Contest, but not so much about UK geography. Let's meet the Edinburgh team once again.
Hi, I'm David Aiton. I'm from Glasgow and I'm studying maths.
Hi, I'm Jess Mallett. I'm from Markeatweeting in East Yorkshire and I study history.
And their captain.
Hi, I'm Greg Miles. I'm originally from Montefieth near Dundee and I'm studying for a PhD in biomedical engineering.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Self. I'm from Ashton-under-Lyne in Greater Manchester and I study politics.
Hey guys, you know how this works, so we'll get straight into it. Fingers on buzzers, here's your first starter for 10. Located in buildings dating to the 16th century, the museum known as the Carnavalet is dedicated to the history of which major city? It opened to the public in 1880 as part of an initiative by Baron Haussmann, an administrative...
Darwin Whittaker.
Paris.
It is Paris, yes. Your bonuses, Darwin, are 3 questions on paintings of enslaved people. Which artist's works include a 1650 portrait of Juan de Pareja, an Afro-Hispanic slave who assisted him in his studio? Yes. In a portrait attributed to Jacques Aman, what is the name of the enslaved teenager who appears alongside the children of Frederick Frey? A rare naturalistic depiction of an enslaved person in American art. His image was painted over at some point in the portrait's history and restored before it was exhibited in 2023.
I don't know, it may be Jacob. I've heard of this, but I just don't know. Okay, what should we go? Jacob?
No, it's Belisaire. Slave Ship, or Slavers Throwing Overboard the Dead and Dying, is an 1840 work by which British artist?
Turner.
Yes, it is Turner, yeah. Let's start the question now. What word links all the following with a slight difference in spelling? A family of proteins that mediate mRNA cleavage during the RNAi response, a group of animals within the order Octopoda that are also known as paper nautili, and in classical mythology, any of several heroes who were on board the ship that sailed to Colchis.
Darwin Whittaker.
It is Argonauts, and we'll take it this time, but in future, please try to wait for Roger to say your name. Your bonuses, Darwin, are 3 questions on extinct animals. About 3.5 metres in length and characterised by a large sail-like structure on its back, Dimetrodon was a land predator during which geological period of the Paleozoic era?
Devonian or...
Yeah.
Is it not like Jurassic or Cretaceous?
Jurassic, do you want to say Jurassic? Okay.
Sure.
Jurassic.
No, it's the Permian. Diprotodon was a large herbivore that became extinct in Australia during the Pleistocene epoch. It is most closely related to koalas and what burrowing marsupials?
Burrows.
Something like a cave of maybe.
Wombats? Wombats is a good shout, yeah. I like wombats. Wombats?
Yes. Diplodocus was a gigantic, long-necked herbivore of the Jurassic period. Along with Apatosaurus, it belongs to what dinosaur subgroup with a name meaning lizard foot?
That's a saur, right? So something a saur.
Sauropods, is that a thing?
Why not? Yeah. Sauropods?
Sauropods is correct, yes. Let's start the question. In 1697, Thomas Aikenhead of Edinburgh became the last person executed in Britain for what specific offence? In 1921, John William Gott was the last person imprisoned in Britain for it. And
Edinburgh Ayton.
Treason.
no, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. And in 2018, the 37th Amendment of the Constitution of Ireland decriminalised it following a referendum.
Darwin Whittaker.
Performing an abortion?
No, it's blasphemy.
Oh.
Let's start the question now. I need the name of a reference work here. Quote, she dredged numerous bulky Edwardian sales catalogues for the names of domestic articles and read much of the crime fiction published in the 20th century. These words refer to the actions of the author and broadcaster Margarita Lasky in contributing around 250,000 illustrative quotations to what reference work?
Darwin Whittaker.
The Encyclopedia Britannica?
No. Anyone from Edinburgh, you may not confer?
Edinburgh Miller.
Oxford English Dictionary.
It is the Oxford English Dictionary, yes. Well done. Your bonuses then, Edinburgh. 3 questions on cinema. The anthology films In Our Time and The Sandwich Man, released in 1982 and 1983, are significant films in the so-called new cinema of which Asian country? The Sandwich Man was notably subject to an unsuccessful attempt at censorship by its state-owned studio due to its satirical depiction of poverty.
Is
this like Iran?
Asian. It's
Yeah,
Asian.
I think it was in Middle Eastern if it was around.
Maybe go that. China's because they're state-owned media. I was thinking China.
Makes sense.
Really good guess.
I was thinking China.
China?
No, it's Taiwan. Which key figure in Taiwanese new cinema directed Taipei Story, A Brighter Summer Day, and Yi Yi, for which he won the Best Director award at the Cannes Film Festival?
It's like, I think it might be Edward Young.
Don't to nominate.
I'm just trying to think if that's his first name.
Yeah. Just
Say
a
his
second.
surname. So it's say Young, maybe.
Yeah, nominate self.
Yang.
It is Edward Yang, yes. Well done. Which major figure of the second Taiwanese New Wave began his directing career with a trio of films exploring conflicts between tradition and modernity, retrospectively called the Father Knows Best trilogy? He followed this with his first film entirely in English, an adaptation of Sense and Sensibility.
What was it? Is Ang Lee? Yeah.
Ang Lee?
It is Ang Lee, yes. Let's start the question. This is a picture round. For your picture starter, you will see a diagrammatical representation of a biological process. For 10 points, give the name by which this process is known.
Darwin Willis.
The Krebs cycle?
It is the Krebs cycle, yes. For your picture starter, you saw the Krebs cycle, the process by which carbohydrates are broken down into energy in eukaryotic cells. For your picture bonuses, you will see the same simplified representation of the cycle, but with a few aspects redacted. You need to identify the feature indicated each time. First, name the molecule at point A.
I have no idea.
What are you feeling?
Maybe like a carbohydrate, carbon hydrogen.
Could it be?
Let's have
Could it
an
be like
answer.
citric acid or something?
Yeah, citric acid.
No, that's acetyl coenzyme A. Secondly, identify what is produced at point B.
Is that citric acid?
ATP.
Okay. ATP?
Yes, adenosine triphosphate. And finally, what enters the cycle at point C?
Would it be like oxygen?
It's the citric acid cycle, right? So
Yeah, but this is where I failed my undergrad, so
should we say citric acid or something else?
yeah, sure, whatever.
Okay, citric acid.
No, it's water, H2O. Now, let's start the question. I need the name of a chemical element here. Widely used in chemistry courses to demonstrate rates of reaction and chemical kinetics, the clock reaction, developed in 1886 by Hans Heinrich Landolt, involves measuring the time taken for a colourless solution of reagents to turn dark blue, as what element reacts with a starch indicator?
Edinburgh Miles.
Iodine.
It is iodine, yes, the iodine clock reaction. 3 questions, Edinburgh, on a method of processing food. From Nahuatl, meaning ashes and dough, what name is given to the process of boiling dried maize kernels in an alkaline solution to improve their taste, texture, and nutritional value? It is evident in Mesoamerica from as early as 1200 BCE.
It might be a Mexican word as well. If any Mexican. No, pass.
It's nixtamalization. Nixtamalization promotes the breakdown of hemicellulose in cell walls. This significantly increases the bioavailability in maize of niacin, a form of which essential vitamin?
It's a B.
B9?
Was it B9?
I think.
You think it's B9?
What would you think it was?
B1 maybe.
I mean, do biology. So do you?
B1.
No, sorry, it's B3. Bad luck. Maize that has been nixtamalized in a solution of slaked lime has significantly increased levels of what nutritionally essential element which it absorbs from the lime water?
Calcium, maybe?
Calcium could be. Also be magnesium, potassium. Yeah, I think calcium.
Yes. Fingers about it. Here's another start of the question. In a 2023 change to its constitution, which African country dropped French as its official language and gave official status to indigenous languages including Bambara, spoken by approximately half its population, notably in and around the capital of Bamako?
Darwin Whittaker.
Mali.
It is Mali, yeah. Three questions for you then, Darwin, on settlements in the French department of Yvelines, situated to the west of Paris. Which town to the north of Versailles gives its name to a treaty of 1919 signed between the Allies and Austria?
No idea.
Oh, yeah, we just thought Versailles.
Yeah, but we don't know, right?
Something French sounding?
Amiens.
Saint-Germain. The town of Poissy was the birthplace in 1214 of which French king? He died on crusade in Tunisia and was canonized in 1297. I need a name and regnal number.
Louis IX. Yeah. Louis IX.
Yes. Rambouillet gives its name to an accord of 1999 that attempted to halt the conflict in which republic, then part of Yugoslavia? It formally declared independence in 2008.
That's Kosovo.
Is it Kosovo?
Yeah.
Kosovo.
Yes. Let's start a question. Who directed the short film The Strange Thing About the Johnsons, which
Darwin Whittaker.
Ari Aster.
It is Ari Aster. Well done. Your bonuses, Darwin, are three questions on place names that are etymologically related. Which city in Castile-La Mancha derives its name in part from an Arabic term for a river valley that only contains water after heavy rain? It gives its name to a much larger city in Mexico.
The Arabic thing is like a wadi. Is there anything that sounds like wadi? Guadalajara, maybe?
Guadalajara.
Yeah. Guadalajara?
Well worked out. That's exactly right. And Wadi is correct for the Arabic as well. Also containing this name element, what is the name of the major river that runs through the cities of Cordoba and Sevilla and empties into the Atlantic at the eastern end of the Gulf of Cadiz?
It's not the Tagus, but I can't think what else it might be.
Is it not the Ebro?
It's
either?
not the Ebro, that's possible.
so it's
Tagus.
Tagus.
No, that's Guadalquivir. Guadalcanal is the largest island of which archipelagic country? From August 1942, it was the site of a series of major battles between the Empire of Japan and Allied forces.
It's a Pacific Island country. I
Could
just
it be
don't know.
the Philippines? Maybe?
Maybe, yeah. Okay, yeah. Philippines?
No, it's the Solomon Islands.
Solomon Islands.
Music round now. And for your music starter, you're going to hear a piece of classical music. For 10 points, name the composer.
Edinburgh 18.
Mussorgsky.
It is Mussorgsky, yes, well done. That was the final movement of Mussorgsky's Pictures at an Exhibition, which, while written for solo piano, is more widely known in its orchestrated version by Ravel, which you just heard. Your music bonuses will be 3 more orchestral arrangements of piano works that have gained popularity to match or even surpass the original. You just need to tell me the original composer of each. First.
Maybe Rachmaninoff.
The sounds.
I know.
Harsh stuff, right? Can this be anything by Beethoven, or is it not sound very Beethoven?
I don't really know. You can guess that.
I'll go with Rachmaninoff if you
Maybe he just orchestrated it or something. Just sounds something like that.
Rachmaninoff?
No, that was by J.S. Bach, but arranged by Webern. Secondly.
Is this maybe like a list one or something?
Doesn't sound like ornamentally enough to be listed.
Come on.
Who wrote like waltzes for the piano?
I don't know.
Schumann or something.
Schumann.
Schumann?
No, that was Carl Maria von Weber, but arranged by Berlioz. And finally.
This is Sanson.
Yeah.
No,
wait.
it's not. This is Eric Satie.
Oh, you did. Nice save. Satie.
Nice save. That was Satie's Gymnopédie No. 2, arranged by Debussy. Let's start a question. In mathematics, what short word is used in all of these fields? In graph theory, to denote an ordered pair of adjacent vertices. In trigonometry, as a prefix denoting the inverse of trigonometric or
Edinburgh 18.
Arc.
Yes, well done. Your bonuses, Edinburgh, are on women who have been named national honorary members of Iota Sigma Pi, a US honour society for women in chemistry. Which British chemist was awarded member status in 1966, 2 years after she won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for, quote, her determinations by X-ray techniques of the structures of important biochemical
Dorothy
substances?
Hodgkins.
Bad luck, Craig. The answer, as I think you know, is Dorothy Hodgkin. But I have to take the answer that you gave, and you clearly said Hodgkins with an S on the end, so we can't take that. Next, the Society's honorary members also include which Prague-born biochemist, the first woman to win the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine. She and her husband discovered the metabolic pathway by which lactic acid is converted to glucose and back again in a cycle that bears their name.
Thinking?
Gertie Corey, I think.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Gertie Corey.
Correct. The work of Florence Seibert, the 1942 laureate, enabled the development of the first reliable test for exposure to which bacterial disease. She isolated a purified protein derivative that could be used in skin tests, such as the Mantoux test.
Meningitis.
Possibly.
Is it going to be a woman?
There is a skin test for meningitis. I was thinking like tuberculosis or something.
Go with that.
I can't think of a skin test for it. Meningitis?
Bad luck, it's TB, tuberculosis. Unlucky. Let's start the question. What seven-letter word appears in a byname of Attila the Hun, implying that he was an instrument of...
Edinburgh South.
Scourge.
Scourge is correct. Well done, yes. 3 questions on extinct Germanic languages. In 1910, Joseph Wright published a grammar of what extinct language, the only attested East Germanic language. After the fall of the Western Roman Empire, speakers of this language ruled Spain and Italy.
Oh, something for a reserve for. Gothic could be, yeah. Gothic.
Yes. What short name denotes a former North Germanic language spoken in Orkney and Shetland? This word can also refer to any of the 3 fates of Norse mythology, where it usually appears in the plural.
Well, Moira is Greek. What's the fates in Norse mythology?
Did you say 4 letters? Was it maybe Orc?
Orc. Orc.
No, it's Norn. And finally, Fingalian and Yola were varieties of Middle English that survived until the 19th century in what present-day country?
Ireland, maybe? Fingalian, like Fingals.
Yeah, could be.
Ireland?
Yes. Let's start a question now. Which figure of Anglo-Saxon legend is referred to as a merch stapper, meaning border walker or boundary crosser, in a poem found in the Noel Codex? Later in the same poem, the plural form is used to refer to this figure and his mother.
Darwin Whittaker.
Grendel.
It is Grendel, yes, from Beowulf. Your bonuses, Darwin, are on Shakespeare's characters as they would appear on a complete alphabetical list. When all Shakespeare's characters are listed alphabetically, which character from Henry V appears between Florizel from A Winter's Tale and Flute from A Midsummer Night's Dream? He is a Welsh captain in Henry's army who is mocked for wearing a leek in his hat on St. David's Day.
It's one of Falstaff's friends, Flo. I have no idea. I'll just give a guess.
Yeah.
Flodden.
Bad luck, it's Fluellen. Which character from Cymbeline appears between Iago from Othello and Iras from Antony and Cleopatra? She is the daughter of the title character.
Imogen.
Yes. Which character from Romeo and Juliet appears between Benedict from Much Ado About Nothing and Bernardo from Hamlet? He is Romeo's friend and cousin and is a voice of peace and reason in many scenes.
Nominate Stuart.
Benvolio.
It's Benvolio, yes. Now, the starter question now. In music performance, what is meant by the Italian term con sordino?
Edinburgh 18.
Muted with a mute.
Yes, with mute or muted, yes. Your bonuses, Edinburgh, are 3 questions on a concept in myth and art. What English phrase translates the Hebrew term et chaim, sometimes used figuratively to refer to the Torah? It may also refer to a mystical symbol in Kabbalah or one of 2 closely related objects in the Garden of Eden.
The only thing I think about the Torah is like the Pentateuch.
What would be in the Garden of Eden?
Yeah.
Objects in the Garden of Eden.
Like isn't there 2 rivers? There's 2 rivers.
Tree of Knowledge, maybe? Or...
But there's, in the Garden of Eden, there's 2 rivers.
Other names?
So it might be... It's the ones in...
Come on.
It might be 2 rivers.
A tree of knowledge.
No, bad luck. It's the other one. It's Tree of Life. Unlucky. A 2005 sculpture titled Tree of Life, commissioned by and installed in the British Museum, is made from decommissioned weapons from the post-independence civil war in which East African country? The work is a collaboration between 4 artists, including Cristóvão Canhavato and Fiel dos Santos.
Rwanda, maybe?
East Africa.
Yeah.
There was a civil
No, I think that's a different thing, actually.
war. You can.
But no, where's having...
Sorry?
Where would have the conflict?
Maybe just Rwanda. I'm blanking on East Africa.
Rwanda.
No, it's Mozambique. An intricate tree of life with curling branches is one of 3 mosaic murals designed by which Austrian artist in the 1910s for the Palais Stoclet in Brussels?
What did you say?
Zero. Is that Klimt?
Is Klimt Austrian?
Sculptures.
Oh, have you got any other
No,
idea?
I like Klimt.
Klimt?
Have you got anything to do?
don't know.
Gustav Klimt.
Correct, yes. Let's start the question now, and it's a picture round. For your picture starter, you're going to see a portrait. For 10 points, name the person depicted.
Darwin Whittaker.
Elizabeth Siddle.
It is indeed, yes. You saw there Rossetti's 1860 painting of Elizabeth Siddal, a model poet and painter whom he had married earlier that year. Your picture bonuses will be 3 more paintings for which Siddal sat. This time you need to name the artist in each case. First, this artist who often worked with Rossetti.
I mean, it's one of the PRB. Maybe Burne-Jones. Looks a bit like Burne-Jones.
He's not one of the pre-Raphaelites,
But I don't know, unless you prefer. I don't think it's Malays. Okay, Burne-Jones.
No, it's William Holman Hunt. Secondly, this artist who is thought to have discovered Siddal whilst she was working in a hat shop.
Ford Maddox Brown. So maybe this is Malays. Not,
Yeah, or it's Rossetti, the other Rossetti. But
I don't think so. Malays.
No, it's Walter Howell Deverell. And finally, this artist who is said to have kept Siddal lying in a bath of water for hours when creating this work.
Yep. Malays.
Yes, it was John Everett Millay. Now let's start the question now. What 3 letters begin words meaning all of the following? An important digestive enzyme released by the gastric chief cells, a type of covalent bond linking amino acids, and the name of a strongly aromatic herb in the family Lamiaceae that is a hybrid between Mentha aquatica and Mentha...
Darwin Whittaker.
PEP.
PEP, okay, yes. The bonus is Darwin with 3 questions on the US astronomer Deborah Fisher. Publishing in 1999, Fisher and her colleagues discovered the first multiple planetary system outside our own. They found that the gravitational effect of 3 planets was modulating the wavelength of light from the star Upsilon Andromedae through what eponymous physical effect?
What? I mean,
So the Fisher something, will it be? If it's eponymous?
yeah, the Fisher gravitational effect.
And that's,
I
is
just
there
don't know.
another person's name?
I don't know, any
If
advances?
they hadn't said that, I would have guessed Doppler, but
Why don't we just say
that's
that? No,
'cause-
I want to say that because why not? Doppler effect.
Yes, it is the Doppler effect. In 2013, Fisher was involved in measurements of the exoplanet Kepler 78b, finding that it was a dense, rocky world not much larger than Earth. This was done by combining Doppler measurements with data from what other exoplanet observation method?
What? Again, radio something.
yeah, just measuring some kind of radiation, like a telescope. I
Yeah,
don't know.
radio telescopy.
No, it sounds good, but it's very wrong. Transit method. Fisher was principal investigator on Chiron, an instrument used to detect exoplanets via Doppler shifts. Being an Echelle spectrometer, what type of optical effect does Chiron use to split light into a spectrum of wavelengths?
Optical.
Refraction, isn't it?
Refraction.
Like the prism.
Refraction.
Yeah, refraction.
Nominate McClelland.
Refraction.
No, I can't accept that. It's diffraction. Written in the Pali language and dating to the 3rd or 4th century of the Common Era, the Dipavamsa or Island Chronicle is the earliest history of what present-day country? It includes significant accounts relating to Theravada Buddhism.
Edinburgh Ayton.
Sri Lanka.
It is Sri Lanka. Your bonuses are on the archaeological excavation of Aphrodisias, a Hellenistic city in Turkey. Among the finds at Aphrodisias is a well-preserved inscribed copy of which emperor's edict on maximum prices? The edict was issued in 301 for the purpose of curbing inflation and reducing the power of black markets in the Roman Empire.
301, do you think? Vespasian?
Just go with what you think.
Vespasian?
No, Diocletian, indicating that the sculptor may have been a Christian. Which Greek letter precedes mu and gamma in an abbreviation inscribed into the head of a statue of the governor Oikoumenios?
MG, Christian. Chi for Christian, maybe? Chi?
Yes. On a relief at Aphrodisias, the Emperor Claudius is seen standing victoriously over the figure of a woman as a geographical personification. By what name is this woman labelled in the relief's inscription?
What was the name? Did you catch at the start?
The name of what?
The name of the woman, Britannia, possibly?
Yeah, sure.
Britannia?
Yes. Let's start the question. An unusual combination at the beginning of English words. What two letters spell the name of the cosmic or world-bearing turtle in Chinese mythology? These two vowels also begin the name of the northernmost prefecture of the Japanese island of Honshu, a Greek tense indicating past action, and the Maori name for New Zealand.
Darwin Whittaker.
A.O.
It is AO, yes. Your bonuses are on a 20th century artistic figure. Born in 1898 in Blessington, County Wicklow, which dancer, choreographer and teacher founded what would later become the Royal Ballet and the Royal Ballet School?
No idea. Maybe Maud Gone is Irish, but she's very wrong. Whatever, yeah. Nothing.
Come on.
Okay, Maud Gone.
No, that was Ninette de Valois. In 1931, de Valois choreographed which ballet by Vaughan Williams, featuring movements such as the Saraband of the Sons of God? The work is derived from William Blake's illustrations to a book of the Old Testament.
William Blake did illustrations for, I don't even know, Genesis or Judges. Or Esther. Esther.
Yeah, that could be
Esther.
No, it's Job. De Valois studied with Enrico Cecchetti, who had premiered the role of the evil fairy Carabosse, who curses the Princess Aurora in which of Tchaikovsky's ballets?
Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty?
Yeah.
Sleeping Beauty.
Correct. Let's start a question. A single word answer is enough here. In mechanics, a change in only the first of the three Euler angles causes what physical phenomenon in which the orientation of a spinning body's rotational axis slowly changes with time? Gyroscopes at an angle to the vertical exhibit this phenomenon as they spin.
Darwin McClelland.
Tilt.
No.
Edinburgh Miles.
Procession?
It is precession. Your bonus is Edinburgh. Three questions on Chinese philosophy. Human Dignity in Classical Chinese Philosophy by the Chinese legal scholar Zhang Chanfan examines Confucianism, Taoism, and what other school of thought named after a person? It opposed offensive warfare and advocated universal benevolence.
Taoism.
There's Mohism. In the subtitle of his work, The Philosophy of the Mozi, Chris Fraser describes the school as the first to teach what approach to ethics in which moral values are determined by the outcome of an action. This approach encompasses utilitarianism.
Deontology or teleology? Teleology?
No, it's consequentialism. Little is known about the founder of Mohism, but it is probable that they lived in what later period of the Zhou dynasty, characterised by repeated strife? And that was wrong. Edinburgh 125, and Darwin have 155. And the answer to that last one was Warring States. It's very good of you guys to applaud each other, because that was an extremely tense game. And until about 2 minutes from the end, guys, I thought you were going to put off the most amazing comeback, but it just wasn't to be. Bad luck. You just sort of slightly disappeared for about 5 minutes at the start of the game and never quite made it back. I'm so sorry, but it means we're going to say goodbye to you and your very strange little frogs. We absolutely loved having you. Thank you so much. Darwin, you started so well and then you just went to sleep again. But you played extremely well, and Charles Darwin will be very, very pleased indeed. We shall see you again. And I hope we'll see you again next time for another second-round match. But until then, it is goodbye from Edinburgh.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye for now from Darwin.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.